How do you make documentary interesting from start to finish?
If you understand how scene works, that's going to be a huge help. And that's probably true for pretty much every story that you watch on Netflix, especially.
Yeah.
Every scene in the documentary has a specific purpose. Each scene accomplishes a specific goal in releasing a certain information. And when that information is given to you, most likely there's a question at the end that wants to go watch the next scene. So that scene there, it wasn't just to tell you a fact. It was there to raise the bar. That's the second point. Like each scene should raise the emotional level. So every scene that you have, you start with scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. The more you get into it, the more the emotional level increase. Each scene, if can be cut out from the story and the story will still be good and valuable, will not change, the main structure of the story, then means that scene is not needed. Every scene usually has a beginning, a middle, and an end. I wouldn't say that is absolute, right? So we're talking about in an ideal scenario, right? If you can build that, for sure that helps too. Every scene also reveals something new. Right, if you guide me from scene number 1 to scene number 2, and the scene number 2, it doesn't add anything that you already gave me number 1, you might need to check the big picture of the whole structure, but most likely that scene is going to be gone. It either gives me more information that is really valuable, either raise the emotional value, or it has a specific purpose in there. Now, the problem is that when you respect all these things, you still might have a story that is not balanced well. And in that case, what you're going to do, you have to kind of like understand what is the emotional arc now that you have. You thought your emotional arc was going to be something like this, a half circle, right? Or like it goes up onto a peak and then it goes all the way down, right? So the attention, the emotion goes all the way up and then it drops at the end because there is a good resolution, a good conclusion. Sometimes though, that doesn't come in the first cut, for example, because the scenes, the way they are built together, don't give me that. And that's when you actually can reorganize the scenes in a way that you keep that emotional arc. So that's I think it's something that comes with the experience. But I would say to close the circle on these things, I would say analyzing the scenes and making sure that each one of them has a purpose that raises the emotional bar and gives me information, and you cut out the scenes that don't add anything. Usually that gives you a good solid base, to give you that kind of experience that you were talking about.
Yes.